guys, welcome in another episode from the Need for Speed Hit, and we are welcomed by this beautiful 240Z again, which is one of the best drifting cars in the game, in my opinion, and I hope that you will have a chance to try this car. You know what? We'll actually try it here and see what this car can do in this run. Because I'm interested, because this is one of the runs where I hit 100,000 points. And I wish to see, without trying too hard and one attempt, what this Z could do here. Can we hit like 70-80,000 points here, or this will be impossible and ludicrous if this would happen? How many points we have? 82,000 on attempt 1. Jesus, this is a monster, guys. This car is a monster. Today I done this only for one reason. Because today we'll be looking at not very competitive car, I don't think this will be a competitive car, but definitely one of the most fun cars. Yes, we're looking at the Bel Air. Oh yeah, I always loved look of Bel Air. And I always did wish to own one, but unfortunately in UK they are not that easy available. And if they are, you know, they are stupidly expensive. 22,000 paid for this car. We'll take it for a very quick spin. And this will be drift build. We'll be not even attempting to drive this on the track. Although we could. But I feel like this car will be brilliant drift build for us. For this type of videos what we're making. Ideally this will be a drag build, but in this game there is no drag racing yet available. I'm hoping that on some point developers will come up with DLC where drag racing will be introduced, and then place for this car will be in the drag racing builds. But for time being we will actually build this car, see what's up. Then what we're working with. The stock engine is flat 6, 3.9, 180 brake horsepower, with potential of 988 brake horsepower. We have some flat 12, 4.9, which would allow us to go for 1200 brake. What else? Ooh, we can go with Ford V8 4.7, which will bring us 1452 brake. Or Ford 3.8 V6. No, we will definitely go with V8 Ford 620,000 for the engine to this Bel Air. This became a very expensive Bel Air, and now we'll modify it. Then this build will cost us way over $1 million. This will be very expensive Bel Air, guys. This will be very expensive Bel Air. But hopefully it will be well worth our money and we'll have fun playing it. But for this type of money, I expect it to be an amazing thing. But we'll start with drift. And after that maybe we'll move to the track. But depending how this car will behave on drifting zone. But if we'll be brilliant with drifting, we'll say enough for it and we'll keep it as a drift build. But maybe if we'll be not great at drifting, we'll check it on the track. As I expect that drifting wise this car will be amazing, although it's very heavy, but I believe it will be amazing in drifting. We wish 5-speed gearbox again, and in terms of differ, we wish a showcase differ. And we'll actually put my favorite stuff. Yep, this build actually cost us over $1 million. But what is interesting with this setup, this car actually don't hit in 400 plus. But if we will change the gearbox, we'll be on 400 plus obviously. But we don't need this for this build. In terms of customization, we'll look at the paints first, because I'm very interested what people have been doing with Bel Airs. And with Bel Air, we need to go with Taxi, because it's based on a game called Driver, and we definitely want this taxi look on our Bel Air. In terms of body, I will actually change tires, because I want Actually, no, we'll keep the tires out as they are. We'll keep the rims as they are as well, because I really like them. But what we can do with body? Maybe we'll change our opinion later, actually, about... Yep, we have our hat. That's just brilliant. Roof lights. We don't want roof lights anyway. Hood. What hoods do we have to choose from? No, we wish to have standard Bel Air grille. I want this grille. Looks amazing in terms of front bumper. What we have to offer? Nothing what I would be interested in terms of splitter. Nothing. We'll keep it as is. In terms of arches, we'll keep Bel Air stock. Mirrors, we keep in as they are. Side skirts, we keep in as they are. Rear, nope, we keep in as is. Tail lights, I want those ones because they look cool. Trunk, no, we keep in as is. Spoiler, nope, we don't have spoiler on Bel Air. Sound system we can buy. And rear bumper. Now we wish as many features as possible on this. And in terms of lights up front, can we actually do anything with lights here? What lights can we choose? Now we'll keep the stock lights up front. Then we have completely stock looking Bel Air. Will definitely have tire smoke to be pink. And Nitros does not need to have color. And we'll have yellow-green underglow. And we wish to have this car on air, definitely. And in terms of stance, we can actually slam it maximum to the ground. Then we have a very cool looking little thing. I hope you'll agree that Bel Air in taxi painting with that little rooftop hoodie, standard wheels slammed. That's actually something else, and I hope you'll appreciate what we done with this car. I think it looks amazing. It will be quick. It does have tons of power, because if we look at amount of power what it produced, 1413 brake horsepower, 2.6 knot to 60, 1250 pounds of torque, and 233 miles per hour this car can do. Then we'll go to the first drift zone. We'll see each other in a moment, guys. Okay, and we are on our drift test track, almost like Top Gear test track, but without Top Gear, and we'll see how this Bel Air will slide. Is it actually good for it? I need to admit, this car have such a beautiful bellow. Listen to this, guys. Listen to this bellow. Sounds so good. It's just ridiculous how this car sounds. Then we'll check, is this car any good with drifting? It's massive, it's stupidly big, it's yellow, it's a cap, but can this cap actually rack up good points? And as you can see, we racked in 26,000 in that lap. Then or I'm getting better with drifting, or we built yet another monster here, guys. I think we might actually build yet another drifting monster in this game. We found another gem. 240 was sort of obvious choice for drifting, but Bel Air, I don't think it was such a obvious, isn't it, to build as a drift car. I don't think would it be good on track racing, but drifting wise, although it's a massive posture, it does feel amazing drifting. I like the points what we're racking. Maybe it's not as good as 240, but we're still managing to hit 270,000 points on lap number 1, which is not too shabby, which would allow us to be under 500,000 points on the end, with great results in between. You know, we're racking up 21,000 in that little corner there. And what we can wrap on this corner, we are already on 27. That's good. I'm happy with that drift. Then if you think about it, you know, you can think about cars which you like in real life, look of, and you can always do something with them. Then if you feel like you have car which you like in real life and you wish to have it in game but you don't know how to use them, think what they can be good at. In my case, Bel Air, you know, I thought that this car would be not amazing on the track because it's not that stiff, it's huge, have too much of horsepower, it's heavy. Then I didn't know what to do with it, and after that I thought, you know what, if it's like that, surely Ghost would give this car some features worth bragging about. Then we have a lot of horsepower, which is amazing, we have great looks, and we have pink smoke coming from the back. Come on, what else do you wish from fun car? If you don't want a pink smoke on the back, what else do you wish to consider car a fun car? And having taxi on the side with white sunroof on top. Come on, you cannot go wrong with this build. You cannot fool me that you don't finding this car funny. Look at how this car looks while driving sideways. You know, with this massive V8 bellow. Seriously, if you don't finding this car funny, you don't have any sense of humor whatsoever, in my opinion. I'm finding this car hilariously good and I enjoyed. Maybe we didn't hit 500,000 points mark, but how much fun I had while playing it, that's completely different story, guys. It's beautiful, it's amazing, I loving it. But we'll move to one more drift zone and we'll see each other in a moment. Okay, drift zone number 2. I didn't done this one for ages. 160,000 points, it's our target mark. I'm sure we can make it, but I don't know this track at all. But I thought I would test it somewhere else as well, because this car actually drifts so well that I thought that will give it a fair chance of trying something different, a bit more technical maybe, you know, more tight corners like here for example, and see what this car can do here. Will it be as good, or I just learned the track and we just repeating the same thing all over and I'm just getting better, or this car is actually brilliant at drifting. And acceleration of this car is just amazing, you know, allowing it to pull from any position. Look at this, how this car of this size managing to go through those tight corners, guys, come on. And we don't hit in any objects mainly, you know, always I will hit something because it's me. But in general, I'm sticking up with the race, and that's lovely, you know, you can do much better on this race than I'm doing, but in my opinion, that's actually amazing, and we hit our target in lap number 1. That's actually result. I'm loving it. I think this Bel Air will be on my list of cars which I will be taking for drifting just for pure fun. I know that 240 now will be much quicker and will achieve much better results than this Bel Air, but if I wish to bring a bit of fun into online session, then this will be the car to do it in. You know, you cannot fake it. If somebody will be trying to max out zone and you will pop in next to him in this beautiful taxi Bel Air, you know, you need to bring smile to people's faces by doing stuff like that, do you? You know, you cannot have only very competitive cars, but some fun cars with competitive aspect are very welcome, and in my opinion this Bel Air is one of them. Although it's not as agile as I would like, it's still agile enough for such a big creation, but it's racking up 20,000 points here. That's actually shocking. But you know, if you think about it, it's fun to drive, it's big, you need to make sure that you start cornering way ahead of the corner, not like in 240Z where it's forgiving you more by cornering last moment. In here you need to pre-plan it a bit ahead of time because you have a lot of weight to put behind you, and it's actually big car as well, then you know, you need time to actually bend. And you know, look at this, we hitting over 400,000 points right now on this race. You know, it's something cool to do. We have 20 odd thousand on one corner, another 10 here, and maybe 5 here too. Could be better. Okay, we finished the race. We hit about 500,000 points here. I'm not sure why it's showing me the result. Okay, 490,000 points on this race. I'll take that. I really like the result. I really like the drift section. I love this taxi car. It's just amazing, and I'm hoping that you will join me with saying that this Beller is cool to drive, and hopefully you will enjoy building something like that. Maybe not taxi, but maybe something quirky which you can still enjoy racing or drifting or whatever you prefer to do, or flexing in. You know, this is individual preferences, what you like to do with your cars. You know, I like those little builds, and this is how this car looks, completely slammed. It's just pure filth. I really like this car. I'm hoping you will join me and leave a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't, leave thumbs down, and this way I will know did you actually like the build. But for now guys, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Take care.